All right, people, here we are again with another amazing person that's in the tech space. He hails from an amazing background with a lot of different ventures. He also has a founding company called Kipling. And so I want to make sure that I take some time. I want you to introduce yourself, tell them about who you are, what's your name, what are you working on, what's the name of your company, and we'll start there.
Yeah, thanks, Curtis. Thanks for having me on this channel. So my name is Saurabh Sandhir. I am currently the CEO and co-founder of Kipling Secure. Kipling Secure is a cybersecurity startup focused on MSPs. We are based in Silicon Valley in the Bay Area, backed by a couple of top-tier VCs, and we are on our way to disrupting cybersecurity practice at MSPs in a good way. Before Kipling, I've had a long career across various technology vendors in leadership roles, executive roles across Cisco, Juniper, Ericsson. I was running a division of Nokia focused on networking, cloud, security, data center, and all that good stuff.
That's awesome. I appreciate that. And it's an absolute pleasure to have you here today.
Thanks for having me.
And just being able to kind of share some of your knowledge. So I'll start with this right here. Right now, we're in a pivotal moment in the tech industry. And, you have so much emerging technology out there. And, a lot of buzzwords, a lot of things where people are looking at it from an individual piece of technology. But what are you seeing out there amongst all that emerging technology that's really driving the industry forward, whether it's a disruptor or an enabler? Like, what does that look like for you?
Yeah, you're right, a lot of buzzwords, a lot of, hype. But let's start with, what doesn't change people. So let's start with the fact that if you look globally, there are about 350 million businesses of all sizes. And if you look globally, if you just looked at LinkedIn for such profiles, there are just about 30,000 CISOs or director of IT or so on. So 30,000 CISOs, 350 million businesses. So that's what I call the cybersecurity poverty line. It doesn't have anything to do with money. It's got to do with resources. It's got to do access to tools. So at the same time, a majority of these businesses, we call them SMBs, and mid-market. You can do various different scaling on them, but they are being targeted by cyber attacks. They are being subject to increased scrutiny from bad actors as they go through their journey of more digitization, more cloud consumption, so on. To me, that is the defining trend. That somehow the products that have been built, the cybersecurity products, are very fragmented. They have been built for large enterprises. They are built for the Bank of America, the United Airlines, the Philips, and the Sonys of the world. Who have CISOs, who have large security teams. And in my past life, I've been guilty of doing the same. And these products are very fragmented. What that means is there's a separate product for discovery. If you want to discover your machines, you discover your user. There's a separate process for assessments. You want to analyze vulnerabilities. You want to look at compliance controls. You want to do protection, whole different thing. You want to do detection and response, whole different thing. So these silos are, I think, what's causing such friction for these large businesses who don't have those resources at hand.
I love that. And speaking of that, it almost seems like, but what you're thinking about it from just streamlining, all those different processes and bringing it back to, that good old adage of single pane of glass. However, just more of an impact. So tell me, okay, with your product line, it almost sounds like you're also identifying another target audience, which is that micro business to small business. And so that's a lot of volume of people out there in industries and different verticals. And so, like, how does your product line is able to give them that protection almost at an enterprise level, but specifically for those smaller targets?
No, absolutely. Great question, Curtis. So first of all, that single pane of glass has become a single glass of pain because it's not one glass. You have so many of these consoles, and you have to look here, you have to look there, and you have to triangulate. It's a lot of manual effort, wasted effort going in there. What we have done at Kipling is look to bring multiple of these functions under the same umbrella. And from a technology point of view, the secret sauce differentiation is our use of AI. There's a lot of AI washing. Everybody claims to be an AI player, and every billboard is AI. Your grandmother.ai. But truly at Kipling, we have created our defining LLM. that
Okay.
allows an average IT person
Okay.
at an MSP to
Mhm.
be able to operate cybersecurity
Yes.
platform and get that full holistic picture. We
Yes.
have created our own data models that can operate on network and endpoint data and bring forth insights as well as detect against attacks,
Yeah.
protect against various sources of disruption.
Okay.
So that's been the mindset
Yeah.
around technology at Kipling,
Yeah.
to use AI to bring it all together. And to your point about, yes, there are lots and lots of small businesses, lots of SMBs, but they are served by, guess who? The MSPs.
MSPs. Yeah.
So we are exclusively focused on serving the MSP community,
Yeah.
selling to, through, and with MSPs.
Yes.
We never go direct, and that's allows us to be focused. That allows us to be targeted.
And that's what I call, in the ecosystem, you creating an actual product line that's an enabler, enabling those MSPs to be hyper focused on the customer, but also having the tool set, but also the targeted platform that, hey, everything from, EDR to XDR to all those different types of platforms, being able to like find that sweet spot for your product to kind of like be in alignment. And so with those different platforms, where does your platform fit? So you got EDRs, XDRs, you got
Yep.
vulnerability scanners and all that.
Yep.
Where does your product fit, and what's enabling it in
Yeah.
the background?
Yeah.
That's different than everybody else's product.
Yep. Yep. So where our product fits, first of all, it's a brownfield product. So
Mhm.
we are not looking to do any rip or replace on day one. So it works with whatever you
Yep.
have. So
Yep.
where it fits is it collects data from the network and from endpoint, but it doesn't need to replace your EDR. It
Yep.
sits alongside your EDR.
Mhm.
It does provide on the network level full protection functionality around ZTNA, around
Yep.
firewalling capabilities, but in a
Yep.
much more modern
Yeah.
AI-based construct.
Yeah.
It also provides with that data collection the insights into vulnerability scans.
Yeah.
It provides you compliance evidence gathering.
Yep.
It provides you detection and response against advanced attacks, be
Yeah.
it exfiltration or living off the land or
Okay.
command and control. It all comes together
Yeah.
in a single platform,
Yes.
and that's the promise of Kipling. Ultimately, for an MSP, look,
Yeah.
if you boil it down, it does three things.
Mm.
It allows for consolidation,
Yes.
multiple point products coming together in a single pane of glass,
Yes.
truly a single pane of glass this time.
Yeah.
Cost,
Yes.
by doing that, and by focusing on looking at behaviors of AI using AI models rather than large data collection or log collection, we are able to make sure that the cost points, the consolidated cost points, are
Mm.
much lower
Okay.
than what an MSP would have by buying these,
That's
multiple fragmented products.
that's awesome.
And
And yeah.
finally, is complexity. Just kind of tied to consolidation.
Yeah.
It reduces complexity,
Yeah.
makes things much easier to operate,
Yeah.
and that's by the combination of bringing multiple of these point products together and also using AI. Everything in our platform is operating using natural language. So no scripts, no playbooks. You write out, block social media for Curtis,
Yep.
and it will make it happen.
Yes.
That's a simplistic policy, but you can do advanced things in terms of whether it's vulnerability scans or being able to enforce specific access patterns, for example, for
Wait.
AI
Wait.
engines.
So you're saying I don't have to do any kind of coding or anything like that? It just uses human language and it'll
There you
just
go.
convert it to a policy?
Yes, that's right.
Really?
That's
Okay.
right. That's
Well,
right.
well, ladies and gentlemen, look, he brought up the word AI. I wasn't gonna bring it up because everywhere we go, everybody's talking AI, AI. But I'm gonna give you an AI question that necessarily you don't have to answer, for Kipling, but you can just say, hey, just holistically from a technology standpoint, just give me that answer. Okay, there's a thing we've been looking at is, all these businesses are applying AI in some way, shape, or form into their business function. And whether they're using some form of a co-pilot or using some kind of generative AI system. However, they forget about the security piece. They don't understand that there's a shadow IT could be a factor. What are some things that people really need to kind of understand about adoption of AI into their business
Yeah.
functions?
Yeah. Look, yeah. I wish I could use another term, but AI is everywhere. It's
Yeah, yeah,
unavoidable. And honestly,
yeah,
to me, the first thing is we have to look at AI as a means to an end.
yeah.
It's a tool. So
Yes,
what's the problem you're looking to solve? And here you have,
yeah,
you had other tools along the way,
yeah,
and the industry and the technology landscape had gathered so many of them, and AI is another one.
Yeah.
And that's how I would approach any challenge, and that's how we did it at Kipling. We did not start with AI. We started with the fact that we need to consolidate it, we need to simplify,
Yeah.
we need to bring down the costs, and
Yeah.
then we figured out that AI could be used in a
Problem set
couple of ways.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One, for ease of use.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody has used ChatGPT, Perplexity, and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
why not bring that same paradigm to MSPs and cybersecurity?
Yeah.
And second is, deep learning models, whereby, by learning about behaviors, we could
Absolutely.
solve for some anomalies and attacks. So I would suggest taking a similar approach.
Mhm.
Yes, there is a lot of hype, but talking in terms of, the foundations, the first principles, they never go away.
Yeah.
Let's go to the first principles.
Yeah.
What's needed for the business, what's
Yeah.
needed for the technology, and then apply AI rather than the other way around.
And what about the security piece?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there are two things as far as security
Yeah.
and AI.
Yeah.
One is AI for cybersecurity,
Ooh.
which is,
That's
in
you.
a way, Kipling,
That's you.
what we're doing. We're utilizing AI for cyber.
Yeah.
Then there is cybersecurity or security for AI, and
Yeah.
I think that's what you were alluding to.
Yep. Yep.
And look, here's the
Business need to
problem.
consider
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
you go to your employees go to LLM, go to Chat GPT, and put all your Excel sheets in there and get wonderful summarized results. All good and good. But guess what happened to that data?
Yeah.
That data just got compromised,
Yeah.
and all of that data is now part of public data set that the LLM is using.
Yeah.
So it is very important that we protect against that.
Mhm.
There again, there are big companies that are built for enterprise grade data protection, but something like Kipling does it out of the box. So
Okay.
we use security with AI, and
Yeah.
we use AI with security, if that makes sense. So in both directions.
Thank you so much. And I just want to tell everybody that this has been a great interview for me, just to be able to stand next to the man and just learn so much as a wealth of knowledge. Everyone be on the lookout for Kipling. And I'll leave you with final thoughts. Any final thoughts you want to let the audience know?
Look, I just want to end where I started. There's a lot of opportunity and a lot of challenges in terms of bringing a holistic cybersecurity construct to SMBs,
Mhm.
and MSPs have the first dibs on that opportunity.
Yeah.
So, and Kipling is here to help and help you make that happen.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks,
Right
Curtis.
now. So
Thanks for
welcome.
having me.
Thank you.